Hi guys! Today's kimbap recipe is for people who are less skilled at kimbap making. The process is not as laborious as those big rolled ones, but you still get the full flavor just like the big rolls, if not more. This kimbap is called 꼬마김밥 in Korean. The literal translation is kids kimbap. Doesn't it sound like the food is for kids only? But it actually means tiny or small in size. That's why I called it the dwarf kimbap. This kimbap also has a nickname, 마약 kimbap, which means illicit drug kimbap. It's got that nickname because it's addictive. I'm just sharing the information with you guys, but I will never want to go by that nickname. There is a Korean organization who is trying to pass a law against labeling food with that illicit drug adjective. Oh, and I called it the street food style because that's where you will find them most of the time in Korea. The ingredients. Let's start with the spinach. I'm going to put this on the stove top and start to boil the water. I'm going to cut them in half. Actually, what I'm trying to say is I'm going to separate the stems from the leaves because this is, as the name says, tiny kimbap. The kimbap is very small. I will say like here. Okay. So the water is boiling. Oh, before I go on with that, we need ice water. This is my ice pad. We'll add about a teaspoon full of salt. Stems, they go in first. The leaves. You know, I will say the spinach is already ready. Okay, yes, it's cold. So just extract water as much as you can because we're gonna have to extract more water later. Okay, now the carrot, a little less than 1/4 inch. Okay, so the pan is hot. This is 1 tablespoon of vegetable oil. All the carrots all at once. Saute this carrot on medium-high heat for about 3 minutes. It's been 3 minutes. Salt. Here, some brown bits. You cook until you start to see that. I'm going to turn off the heat. So set this aside and let it cool. 2 large eggs. Beat it really well until sugar and the salt and MSG are well dissolved. Okay, so now we're going to make egg ribbon. This is my 6-inch non-stick pan, and then if you don't have 6-inch, it's perfectly okay to use bigger pan, and you can just cut it into small size ribbon. So I just added a neutral flavored vegetable oil. Okay, it's ready. So just pour in only to cover the bottom of the pan. So the heat is on a little below medium-high. Let me reduce the heat to medium now. So I'm going to flip it. Okay, so it's ready on the other side also. Let's see. Yep. And let's add in a little bit more oil. Stir. Yep, it's definitely cooked. So there. So I made 4.5 egg sheets. I'll let this cool. Almost like noodle. The egg is ready. Pickled radish, very thinly. Borrow this dirty bowl, and then I'm going to squeeze out the juice. So my hands are all yellow right now because you know this pickled radish has food coloring. If this bothers you, then you can buy the one that is not colored. Or what I'm gonna also do is very soon I'm going to make a video on how to make your own homemade pickled radish for kimbap. You're not gonna worry about any food coloring. Also, they have saccharin or like a artificial sweetener as well. So if you don't want any of that, try to look for my video on the homemade pickled radish for kimbap. Okay, I'm gonna move on to the rice. So in the meantime, what we can do is we can make the dipping sauce. It's the hot mustard dipping sauce. They come in powder form like this. They also have the pre-made one in a tube. You know, this is so hot, so that's a half teaspoon. Let's give it a little taste. The little touch that I need is half teaspoon sesame seed oil. Delicious. I made it very mild. If any one of you like hot mustard, you could actually use 1 full teaspoon of the mustard powder. So it has been 20 minutes. Water drained a little bit. Okay, and then water, we need the equal amount. It will be 1.5 cups. So while the rice is cooking, we are going to finally work on the spinach. Squeeze out more water. A lot of water. Try to loosen them before you season. Okay, so we need salt and sesame seed, but crushed. I'm just gonna use my sesame seed grinder and pretend like this is about 1 teaspoon. And then now we need sesame seed oil. It's well seasoned. Okay, now I'm going to fill in the spot that's been waiting for the spinach. It has been 10 minutes. So I brought the rice. So we need 20 ounces of cooked rice. This will be seasoned with salt and sesame seed oil, MSG salt. If you're not crazy about this, then you can use just regular salt, but make sure you do use a very fine grain. This is what is giving the addictive, the taste. Let me sprinkle. I'm going to pour in all, and then the sesame seed oil. Okay, now try not to mash the rice. So instead of pressing this way, use the edge of the paddle. Okay, I'm going to give it a taste and see if it's well seasoned. Okay, well seasoned. I'm using fan to cool the rice. When you're making kimbap, make sure your rice has cooled. You should never make kimbap with hot or very warm rice. The rice should be room temperature, because if you make kimbap with very warm or hot rice, it's going to spoil the whole kimbap. So for the safety reason, and plus it tastes better too at room temperature. So you should always cool your rice. How you know that your rice has cooled without using a thermometer is that put your hand over your rice, and then if you do not feel any warmth at all, then it's ready. So now the gim. I'm going to cut this into 4. This recipe makes about 20 to 22 those tiny ones. So I will cut 6 sheets. Is that about center? Okay, that's it. So there is always the rough side and then the smooth shiny side. So smooth shiny side will meet the board, and rice will be spread it on the rough side. Because you know, it makes sense, right? Because rice has to stick. Nothing sticks to shiny and smooth surface. And have sesame seed. Now this time whole sesame seed, not the ground one. And then sesame seed oil, ready, single use food grade gloves. I will oil my gloves. Oh my god, this is so tiny, right? So how much rice to use? Just 1 spoonful. And spread. This kimbap is so small, you don't even need the rolling mat. Everything's so small. Oh gosh. So I read some comments, and then one of the biggest complaints that most people have, and mine too, is that either people say, oh, it is so difficult to roll because it's so small. In my case, it takes forever to roll. I'm gonna have to roll 20 of this. One time I did, and I think it took me 1 hour and 30 minutes. If I'm feeding 20 people, then yes, I don't mind. But this whole recipe is only good for, I'll say 3 or 4 people. Let me roll first. Okay. Grab the rice, guys, look. So that's how you grab your kim. Let's spread the rice, the spinach, carrot. Okay, this is what I did first time I made this. I'm like, you know what, there's gotta be a better way of rolling this. So what I came up with is that, this is the fun part, guys. Look, my empty bowl. What am I gonna do is dump everything in here. Why not? And mix. Yep. So I'll tell you why you can do this. Let's mix it. Because this kimbap, you never cut this kimbap, so it doesn't matter what it looks like inside. It can look really crazy inside. It doesn't have to look like other kimbap when you cut. It's so pretty, everything in harmony and blah blah blah. This one, you don't serve it cut, you serve it just like that, whole kimbap with the dipping sauce. It's so much easier and faster. So now I'll show you guys how I roll. No pun intended. I grab, and then got my kim, spread. Okay, now I'm just going to grab this much. Yeah, that looks right. Oh guys, see how easy is that? You know, you don't have to go 4 times individually and line them up and roll. See? That's how you do it. I was so happy when I thought about that. Tiny gimbap, you always sprinkle with whole sesame seed. This is a must. It's not a must for the big roll, but for the little one, 꼬마김밥, it's a must. When I came up with the solution, I thought about, like, I think on my resume, I said I am a problem solver, or that I have a problem solving skill. So when I go to job interview, they'll be asking, so give me an example where you solve the problem. Okay, tell me an example of why you are a problem solver. I want to tell them this. This is one good example that I am a problem solver. Okay guys, so I want to compare two. You guys see the difference when the kim is completely covered with this, and you see, like, what should I call it, cushion? That's too much rice. You know, you should be able to see some bald spots here and there, you know, like that. So this is preferred than seeing a cushion like this. When you grab the filling and place it on the rice. You want to squeeze them together so they stay in place and it will be easier for you to roll. There's not really much to it. You have the full control because this is so tiny. Press as you roll. Okay, so, and the same side down. Yeah, so you know, it didn't take long. I'm done. I don't know how long it took me to do this. Nice. This dipping sauce that we made, this is the one that I made in the beginning. Crazy one. It looks like that. So you can compare the one nicely layered and then the one that was all mixed. Dip it in the sauce or without. Thank you so much for watching. So many more videos on the way. I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.